We're glad you're with us tonight. I'm Lynn Brooks.
And I'm Terry Brewer. A well-known ministry group visiting Tuscaloosa County is making a world of difference in one West Alabama man's life.
That's right. Ricky Harbin of Tuscaloosa County is suffering from an illness a lot of other Alabamians are dealing with that's left him in a wheelchair. WVUA's Jennifer Edwards shows you how a youth ministry is making a big difference in his life.
Diabetes put Ricky Harbin in a wheelchair in February of 2011.
I have diabetes real bad, and the circulation in my legs is real bad. And I had an infection get in my foot and in the bone, and they had to amputate my leg. I've made it through with God. God has got me through everything.
Harbin says the youth ministry group World Changers was the answer to his prayers. For the past year, Harbin has been living without a wheelchair ramp on the front of his house.
So it used to be a fence here, and the gates weren't there, and I would have to go out the front to get in my daughter's vehicle. And my steps was right, and I would have to sit down on the floor and go down the steps one by one to get out.
Harbin's former pastor, Mike Snow, who now works with World Changers, was able to change that.
To be a part of his life once again and to assist him in any way, and a lot of times it is through the little bit of construction that we're able to accomplish that the blessings for Mr. Harbin are going to be beyond the week that we're here. It's going to last a while.
These are the steps that presented Mr. Harbin with such an obstacle. He says once this ramp is complete, he'll be able to get in and out of his house with ease.
It's going to be wonderful. I can just go out the door, I can go to bed and sleep at night without worrying if I got to get out real quick, and it's going to be great.
Harbin says he owes the members of World Changers a huge thank you for truly changing his world. Reporting in Tuscaloosa County, Jennifer Edwards, WVUA News.
World Changers is working on 17 residential projects throughout the Tuscaloosa area. The group will be here through Saturday. Many people were without electricity around West Alabama last night, also into this morning.
While most people can survive without power, some people cannot. Brenda Dunking of Coker has been on an oxygen machine for nearly 3 years. When her electricity went out early this morning, it left her without oxygen and made it hard for her to breathe. After making a phone call to the Coker Volunteer Fire Department, she received a generator. Dunking says without the generator to keep her machine going, she could have lost her life.
It means a lot, and I thank God for the fire department. If it hadn't been for them, I'd probably end up passed out or died or lost in one.
Now, if you are on life-saving medical equipment and you're an Alabama Power customer, they say you should contact your local Alabama Power office. You'll fill out some paperwork and then a doctor will verify the information. This can get you a priority status when it comes to restoring power. On your Crime Watch, the search continues for the Auburn triple murder suspect. There was word last night Desmonte Leonard was hiding inside a home in Montgomery.
And that turned into a standoff which lasted for hours. Law enforcement agencies surrounded a home in Montgomery. After getting a tip, Leonard was inside. But around 2:30 this morning, they left with no suspect. As we've reported, Leonard is charged with a shooting that left 3 people dead in Auburn, including 2 former Auburn University football players. At a press conference today, Montgomery Police Chief Kevin Murphy said they will find Leonard.
And we will get this man. We will get this man. If the family is watching, we would implore them to continue to put pressure on him to turn himself in so no one else gets hurt. But this will not end with a diversion from last night or another diversion tomorrow or whatever. This does not go away.
There is now a $30,000 reward for information leading to Leonard's conviction. If you have information about his whereabouts, call the U.S. Marshals tip line. That number, 334-223-5400.
Fire officials are investigating after smoke filled the sky in Tuscaloosa along 17th Street and 20th Avenue this morning. Shortly after 9 o'clock, the Tuscaloosa Fire Department responded to a house fire call. Tuscaloosa fire officials tell WVUA the fire started in a bedroom. A fire department extinguished the fire in less than 8 minutes. Officials tell us there were no injuries and there was no one in the home when it happened.
On your Education Watch tonight, the search is back on for a superintendent in Tuscaloosa County. The school board search is starting now from scratch. Last night, they took no action regarding the candidates they interviewed last week. This means the county will go back to the drawing board and continue talks with their search firm. The school board also praised interim superintendent Dan Butler for his work. Butler may have to extend his services beyond the 180 days while the search continues. Board member Mark Nelson says he is completely okay with that. Who will be the next president at the University of Alabama?
Trustees met Monday to discuss possible options. No specific names have been discussed, including former provost and current interim president Dr. Judy Bonner. The position opened after the board announced Dr. Robert Witt would take over as UA chancellor. UA Systems' Kelly Reinhardt says even though no names are discussed yet, they prefer a certain type of candidate.
There are no names that have surfaced and at all. One of the things that has been talked about a lot is the preference for having a sitting presidential experience.
Reinhardt says the next step is to have discussions with faculty, staff, community leaders, and students. She also cautions to have patience. There are many steps the board must take to find a new president, which Reinhardt says is a more lengthy process compared to other open positions.